Well, welcome tonight to our X39 launch. We are so excited for what is happening in this part of the world, in Australia and New Zealand, and also globally. But we really love focusing on what's happening with this X39 product here in this part of the world.
Absolutely. So great to have you here. And this technology that your friend has invited you to come and listen about, we did ourselves 16 months ago, the same thing, and it's changed our life. It's going all around the world. The testimonies and the stories are nothing short of unbelievable, incredible how it's really helping people in their health. But also, as you know, with the economy and everything that's happening around the world, we are all taught to have multiple streams of income. And so for many people, this has been an unbelievable, I know it has for us, business opportunity as well. And so we're excited to share this with you just over the next 30 minutes about what this is and how it can affect your life in an incredibly positive way.
Amazing. So let's just turn to the screen and look at a quick presentation, and then we're going to story tell. And my friend Darrielle's just offered to share her testimony, which is super
Oh,
powerful.
amazing.
So we can't wait to share that with you. But those of you asking about the link for tonight's presentation, some of you are already on. But if someone does have the live link, just pop it in the chat because a few people want to invite their friends. So
Great.
what
And
we're
just while you're doing that, why don't you pop in the chat where you're from? It's always good to see where people are from. I think we've got someone from Belgium here tonight, people
we
from all around the
do.
world, New Zealand, Australia, all parts of Australia. It's always good to see where people are zooming in from. And so who knows, you could have someone in the street down the road zooming in from where you're living. So it's just great to know.
So, have you been patched? Is the question that your friend who's invited you tonight might have asked you. Or if you're like us, we see out in the street now people with these patches and we're like, you've been
It's so
patched.
cool.
So, we are not talking about a nicotine patch, we are talking about a wearable light therapy technology.
It's this little patch here, about the size of a 20-cent coin, and it is what, sorry?
Perfect. There you go. They
There
can
you
see
go.
you.
Now they can see me. The size of a 20-cent coin, and it literally goes on your body anywhere where you're finding pain, or we say under the behind your neck or under your belly button, and it does all the work for you. There is nothing going through your skin, and this thing is changing people's lives.
Yeah, so what do you know about stem cells? For us, we'd been in the wellness space for years. We were living overseas, so we knew a little bit about red light therapy and some of those treatments, but we didn't know the power of our stem cells to become the body's raw materials wherever your body needs those
That's right.
cells. When they're optimized and awake, they'll go to whatever parts of your body would see fit. It's very intuitive. It wants to heal, but it needs the right environment. But unfortunately, our stem cells are on decline.
That's right. The fewer stem cells that you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. I didn't know much about stem cells, if I'm being honest, before someone told me about this product, which was my best friend of 25 plus years, who said, hey, this is changing my life. You need to hear about this. And literally, a presentation that we're doing now is what we watched. And we're so glad that we heard about this and then jumped all in, because I didn't know that at the age of 30, half your stem cells, which is what activates everything happening that heals your body and keeps you young and energy and vitality, all of those things, is starting to fall asleep and decline. And by 60, which is only 10 years for us, pretty much 95% or more of your stem cells have gone to sleep and aren't activated. And so we want to see those things activated so that we live long, but also live well. And that's the problem. We're seeing a lot of people live long, but they're not living well. And we want both. And I'm sure you do as well.
So, how the X39 works is it's a form of phototherapy. It's patented in its nanocrystal technology, which just means the little minute crystals. That's no weird word around that. It's just salts and aminos, and that forms literally like a crystalline structure. And your own body's heat and light bounces off that crystalline structure and mirrors a frequency of light back into your body to activate your copper peptide. Copper peptides is what's known for switching on dormant stem cells. So this is non-transdermal,
right.
no chemicals, no stimulants, non-invasive, none of this expensive injection of you never know whose stem cells, but this is using light to reflect a frequency that will elevate a peptide and switch on your own body's stem cells.
And it's your own light. We're light beings. And so it's using your own light and heat to activate. And we do want to say there's no stem cells in this. This is organic material of salts, crystals, and amino acids. So all it's doing is sending your light back into your body to do what Vanessa just said, to get your stem cells activated. That's how powerful this is. So it's simple to wear this product, this X39. I say it's so simple, it was made for men. Now, I'm not sure about you, but my wife over the years have given me different pills and different oils, and honestly, it gets so confusing. I like simple. And with this, all you need to do, all I need to do is to put it on in the morning. The studies have been behind the back of the neck, as you can see, or under the belly button, or anywhere where you have pain. Sometimes I have a little niggly back. That morning, I'll put it straight on. And for me, because I've been on this for a while now, but even when I first started, pain gone. You wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off, because your body needs to rest and repair and restore. And then you throw it away, because after about 12 to 14 hours or so, it deactivates. It's used what the activation has worn off. Throw it away, and then you put on a new one in the morning. Now, we must drink lots of water, because as this is activated and getting everything going, we need to drink lots of water to get rid of the toxins and all those old stem cells that need to leave our body. And we encourage you to activate it with a little bit of Celtic sea salt or a good electrolyte. So it really works well with this product.
The kind of benefits we're seeing are increased strength, mental clarity. That brain fog is lifting for people so quickly. Reduced inflammation, and inflammation is the root cause of so much disease in our bodies. Muscle and skeletal conditions are really getting such incredible breakthroughs. Our daughter with scoliosis, just so much relief there when it comes to what was going on in her back. Increased stamina, none of that afternoon dip, like Andrew calls it. No need for a nana nap. Energy and vitality.
No judgment if you do. I just don't need it anymore.
Energy and vitality, which is just none. Again, it's not around caffeine. It's not all the high adrenal type of energy. Just this really steady energy. That's what shocks people so early on with this patch, actually. Improvement of sleep.
I was on a sleep apnea machine for 18 months before I started patching. And within 3 months, I just felt like, hey, I don't need to wear this mask anymore. So it was good for Vanessa. She doesn't have to sleep next to Darth Vader anymore. I took that mask off, and I slept through the night. It was the best sleep. I woke up with energy. I woke up with focus. I didn't need my 5 o'clock nana nap before my meetings at night that I would usually do. And I have never looked backwards. And so again, everybody's different. But for me, and we're hearing time and time again, the amount of people getting major results when it comes to sleep. That's when your body does repair. And that is a huge, crucial part to the healing of our bodies. And so that's what it's one of the results that it's been for me.
And improved skin appearance. We'll talk about collagen now, but there is some more long-term results. Well, first, often there's some first few day results, and then long-term.
So I love this. And again, you could deep dive if you want to see more about this product. It's incredibly transparent. The company, the inventor, and the owner, it's been around for 20 years, as you're about to hear even more about. This is not like a company that just started yesterday and threw something out there and tried to make a ton of money and then boom, it's gone. This is an incredibly credible company, and you can deep dive at thisisit.info.com to see more about it. But what I didn't know is in the first few days, you have 4,000 genes reset when you start with the X39. I didn't even know we had 4,000 genes. Within 6 weeks, brain becomes balanced, which is what I found, one of my results. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And we're not just talking about the outside, although that's happening and that's great, but also the collagen around your vital organs that's so important. And then within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. And they did a clinical study, and the average age reversal was 8 years. So again, incredible results that we're seeing from this X39.
So here's a map of a woman's brain, and this is scan 1, and then session 3, 6 weeks later on the X39. No more of that red, no more of that inflammation, all that left and right brain talking to one another. But you know what? This isn't just in 77-year-old women. This is brain inflammation is in so many of our little tiny humans, our little babies, and those at every age. And it can be responsible for so many different neurodivergent challenges, and then all the cognitive stuff later in life. And so when brain inflammation goes down, some pretty powerful things begin to happen.
And what I love about this is it's patented. So nobody else has this. And to get a patent, I mean, it's not like a Google degree these days where you just throw a bit of money and you get something. This has got to be qualified. And so I love that this patent, it actually says it in it that it's a result of elevating the copper peptide, including elevation of stem cells. So there's the stem cells, improvements in energy, and elevation of antioxidants. And there's two great things about this. Number one is you can only get this from Lifewave. So when you order this, if you try to order this from anywhere else, you're getting something that's not from the source,
That's right.
from where this comes from. So when you go through the brand partner that brought you along tonight, you're getting the real deal product. And the thing, because no one else has this, we're the only ones that have this patent. Everything else is a copy or a knockoff that you don't want to touch at all. And then for those that see this as another income stream and a real opportunity business-wise like we have, nobody else has this, so we have no competition. And they won't have this potentially for over 16 plus years. So we've got a long time where we're the only ones that have market share with this patch, with what this does, and the results that we're seeing.
David Schmidt himself is the hero of this story.
Absolutely.
And very well reputed owner and inventor. Big deal. This is not a company. This is not a company that's just bought in and paying in and invented, endorsed their products. This is the CEO and inventor and founder of the X39 and Lifewave itself. And he focused his attention about 2008 on this type of stem cell research. He already had light technology in a patch. It was already in the military. It was already being used on athletes. It was spreading like wildfire, some of what we call these support patches, but he was working on the X39. So he took 10 years and 4.5 million of his own money to bring the X39 to market. And from there, it skyrocketed the business.
Absolutely. And what we love about this is it's unique. There's no other product on the market like X39, as I've just shared. It's improving cellular health and vitality, and who knows, we all need that. And again, the big deal of this, it's safe, it's non-transdermal, and it's extremely affordable. I mean, for the price of less than a cup of coffee per day. When I go where I live for a coffee, it's like $7 or $8 now. It's ridiculous. This costs less than that, and it's regenerative and it's preventative. So I see it as like left hand, right hand. It's regenerating 50 years, of abuse where I haven't looked after myself. And this is why this is not a quick fix. This is minimum 3 months to see a result, and at least a month for each decade of life to see all of your stem cells up and running and beginning to go to where it needs to go. Now, some people, they get results in the first 24 hours. Others, it can take a month or 2 or 3, but that's just the beginning. And for, again, $6, $7, $5, $6 a day, it's a no-brainer on what this can do.
So let's talk about stories. And I love what Andrew just said. The patch on you will be so different than the patch on another person. And so we always say, don't just patch yourself. Think about everyone and anyone, strangers and loved ones, and just get a patch on them and watch what begins to happen. This is a health tracker because, as Andrew said, you're going to take at least 90 days. That's the core to start at. Absolutely. Is really like a trial pack just to begin. But you're going to start to monitor, because when you begin to orient towards wellness, you want to keep remembering the kind of breakthroughs that you've had. The real testimonies you'll see from our US sales team is at thisisitinfo.com. You'll go to the /testimonies page. You can dive into every single one of these tabs. The one on children is just so powerful, but you want to look at all these other ones. And again, storytelling is just to build hope, because the patch on you will do one thing compared to another. But these are personal texts we've got around blood pressure, acupuncture and around wound healing and around seizures that are going away and
Amazing
cerebral
results.
palsy and pain. And these are real life. Honestly, friends, we get testimonies and text messages every single
That's
day.
right.
And we actually keep saying, come and share them, but not everyone loves sharing them live. But tonight we've got some of our team that would love to do that. But we want people to know, because good news is important in this day and
Oh,
age.
don't we need it more than ever? Seeing stories like this, even one of our friends in the UK that was losing all her hair and everything, and just gone through some major challenges, and then her hair started growing back, the color of her hair. I mean, she looks like a different person. It's just from things like that to people. I mean, with a
Wound healing and back
major
accidents.
challenges.
So
Not being able to walk, and now being able to walk down the street and back again, and the whole neighborhood looking at him going, what has happened to you?
that was last week's
That was
story.
last week's story in Aussie. So amazing things happening.
Yeah. So we've got lots of videos, lots of before and afters, and you can find those from your brand partner that's telling you about this. And they can even put you in groups and WhatsApp groups just to really build belief and
That's
understand. But there's doctors that are with us, many even on team and on call right
That's
now,
right.
that just validate so much of this impact. But we want to just story tell for a moment. We want to hear live. And so Darrielle is one of our incredible brand partners based on the Sunshine Coast.
She's
and
amazing.
what a joy to get to know her over the last few months. But would you share your story, Darrielle?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. So I've been patching now for around about 5 months, and I was one of those people that said no 3 times. When I first came in and started patching, I was really mega skeptical, and I had been experiencing chronic back pain really since my daughter was born. So my daughter is now 15 years old. She has quite significant gross motor and physical challenges, so she requires a lot of support. So pretty much for the past 15 years, well, since she was a toddler, I've been really supporting her and doing a lot of heavy lifting. I tried everything to get rid of this back pain. I tried all the chiros, I did naturopaths, I did all of the things, energy healing, you name it. And of course, I would get very temporary results. And so in the first month, I didn't notice anything, but after about that first 4 weeks, I noticed one day I just literally woke up and went, oh my God, my back pain is hardly even there. So it was very, very slight. And then within about another month, completely gone. And I was at the point where I could not move my body. I could move, but I couldn't get out and exercise, do any of those sort of physical activities because I was in so much pain before. I'm now out running every day, which is like literally unheard of. I thought that I could kiss that goodbye when I had my girl 15 years ago. So running every day, and recovery is just incredible. Like my body just seems to bounce back. So many other things have happened, like energy levels, hormones balanced, headaches almost completely dissipated. I was getting fortnightly headaches. And the other really exciting thing is I have my daughter on them. So she's now been on them for about probably 4 months. And what we're noticing with her is she has a diagnosis of a condition that basically says that she will regress with her mobility from the age of 6. And what we are seeing with her now at the age of 15, she is getting so much stronger. She's starting to communicate now, which is incredible. She's been predominantly nonverbal her whole life. So to hear her even just making sounds and progress, like it's making me emotional talking about it. But yeah, it's really been an incredible journey, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future.
Honestly, speechless, amazing. And
It's incredible.
Again, for Vanessa and I, when we started this, it was about hearing the stories that more like one after the other, seeing people start to get their life back, their freedom back. And to hear that, I mean, amazing. Thank you for
It's been
sharing.
incredible. Thanks.
Darrielle, we'll just segue with you believe in this and you are now sharing, and just talk a little bit. Would you? I'm putting you on the spot, but just what does it mean for you to actually start building this as a business as well?
Oh, like honestly, I have just fallen into this because for me, to feel the transformation that I have felt, I literally cannot shut my mouth up about talking about these patches and sharing them with people. And for me, the business side is really, I mean, my purpose is I want to help people and I want to help them to get healthy and to heal. And now we have these tiny little stickers, which are so simple to just stick on the body. I mean, who would have thought a sticker could create such amazing health? And so for me, it's a no-brainer. Like I get to not only start to build income for my family, but I'm also helping people to heal. Like it's incredible.
I know, I love that. And your
So good.
friend, very dear friend and sponsor, Janine, she's been sharing. And, you know, again, we can't make income claims because how you want to build and how you choose to build is completely up to you. You might just want to share enough patches to cover the cost of your own product, right? Or
Yes.
others like us, we've replaced a whole household income. But Janine was saying to not have to ER nurse anymore and to have replaced her nursing income and provide for people in a different way. We do hear as many stories around that wealth breakthrough for people as health, and they both matter
Yes.
to people. Honestly, they really deeply matter. And here in Australia, we've got to stop saying finances don't matter because they can actually impact our health in so many ways. So we just love having you on team, and thank you for sharing. And more good news stories to come from
Yeah.
you and your daughter and family.
Just getting started.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
So we're going to just share a little bit more then about how you can purchase these patches
Absolutely.
and what this means. And as we just like touched on, what does it mean to actually partner with the company and hit 1 million homes with this technology, which is really what our whole passion is about. It is the
Absolutely.
fastest growing company in the industry all over the world. And that's because the X39 is the
100%.
hero patch.
It's the hero patch. Like I said, it's a 20-year-old company. So when someone goes, oh, is it another scam? Is it another? It's a 20-year-old company, but it's like a 20-year-old startup because it was earning around $20 million in revenue a year about 4 years ago. And then X39 came along and it broke the internet. Like literally, this is going to be $1 billion company this year. That imagine having 300 million extra in 1 year into your company. That's how fast this is going. It's in over 80 countries. And remember, it's not a Me Too product. No one else has this. And we're on mission as brand partners to get this into over 1 billion homes because, again, the reason why this has gone the direct selling route is number one, it's face to face, it's people to people. So we're getting rid of all the middle managers and management and actually just talking relationally, which to me is the greatest way to share incredible products and services, but also the cost. If this was in the hands of corporates, corporations, big pharma, thank God it's not in their hands, government or anyone else, this would be like 10, 20, 30 times the cost. And so that's why being at the price of a coffee per day and what this is doing for people's lives, it's just incredible.
Yeah. So this business model thrives on understanding people's why. And you all have it. Even as you're listening tonight or whenever you watch this recording, something is going to have awakened in you. Maybe the dreamer within you. Maybe you had no hope or a diagnosis that felt hopeless. Or maybe you have been saying, I need some breathing space financially. But you will have a why. It could be family. It could be time. It could be freedom, less debt, more travel, security, dreaming again. This is an environment where we want you to awaken the dreamer within. Often that happens by first getting your health breakthrough.
Definitely.
But for others, you've been eyeballing opportunities and they all feel a bit overwhelming. This one is just the simplest thing to share with people all around the world. So let's talk about how do you get started, either as a customer or in business. It's super simple.
And what we love about this is it's just 3 packages. So it just simplifies the whole process. Again, at the cost of less than a flat white per day. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. I ask people always, how valuable is their health? To me, your health is your wealth. But health and wealth, well, then you have freedom in life. And so we want to help people with both for those that are interested. But even just starting with your health, there are 3 packages. Why don't you go to that, Vanessa? There it is. 3 packages where you can purchase. One's the core, one's the advanced, and one's the premium. Why don't you share about those 3?
So the core, we're talking just about a trial. This is someone who
Exactly.
says, listen, right now, all I want to invest is into a 90-day trial. Well, you can do that. And 90 days of this X39 on your body will begin to see about 97% of people will see a result, or they'll know it from a blood test or a urine sample. But really just see this like a trial. Now, after 16 months, we're saying really the magic is happening around that 6-month mark for people.
Exactly.
As Andrew said, 1 month per decade of your life, but usually around 6 months. So the advanced is a better price than the core.
Absolutely.
Core is $99 US per month, per month of product. 3 months worth in that. And then advanced is 6 months supply, but it comes down from 99 down to 87. This is a really great package. It's great value. It's a great package. It's good for a couple, but it also unlocks the full compensation plan if you would like to do this, where you get compensated for your referrals in business. And this is where 6 months supply comes at the advanced. But the best deal is if you are a large family.
That's
We were catching 6 of us all at once. As soon as we had
and
this
then my mum, and then
presentation,
my auntie, and
9 people were batching. So we immediately
and everyone was
jumped
getting
in,
results. So
and that was it.
it was like, okay, we need to, number one, we saw the opportunity with this. So for those that can see, I want to build and I need to build another income stream, well, then premium is the one to jump at, because you're getting it not for $99.95 per sleeve, which is what this is with 30 of those patches in there. You're getting it for $87.50, and you're getting 20 of those at $1,750 US dollars, which is around roughly 3,000 Australian. I mean, you get full product for that, unlimited compensation plan, and you're getting it at the best price. So for many people, they jump in at the premium, and for the advanced, a lot of our brand partners and people that are wanting to get all of these results understand it takes a minimum of 6 months usually for people. So that's a great one for people who are just wanting to look after their health. And for the core is really for that person who's like financially really, struggling at the moment, just wants to start and get this on their body, and then we can look after you month to month with that, is at the core. So it's available for every single person to be able to get in on.
And listen, if you say 500 feels like a challenge to spend on my health, then we also want to get you out of that kind of cycle where you can't invest in those things that you value. So really talk to the brand partner that invited you and say, yeah, I want to get started patching, but every single person can cost neutral their product or really start to build something. And so just by sharing. So here's how we love to end.
Can I also say as well, with so many people are saving a fortune on medication as they work with their doctors to start to come off their medications. One man was on 9 or 10 after heart surgery and a whole bunch of other stuff. Last I heard, I think he's on 3 now. And even those have been weaning down. So even the cost of what is the future challenges you could have in your health going to cost you versus what $5 to $6 a day is going to cost you. And that's what this is offering. And that's why, to me, it's a no-brainer. And so many people in Australia, New Zealand, and around the world are jumping on this and sharing it with their friends.
So this word that screams to us is the word hope. Dream, absolutely, and then the word hope. But this is hope for your health, and this is hope for another option for wealth creation. And we dive deeper into how the business works on other calls. We'll work with you, your brand partner. If you get curious around the business, ask for them to send you some stuff on the compensation plan. It's
greatest compensation plan,
but it is so huge, and that is changing people's life as much. So thank you for being on. You have brilliant brand partners to circle back with.
So I just encourage you, circle back with your brand partner, or they will with you, hopefully. As soon as you're able to order, the faster we can get this on you, because as soon as you say yes, you want to start getting results. We want you to start getting results. We want you to be one of the next people that are sharing about the results of what it's doing in your life, like you've heard tonight, such a powerful testimony and multiple testimonies. And so if you live near your brand partner, many of them have extra stock. That's why they jumped into the premium, to make sure that when someone signs up, signs up, they can give them a month in advance. And then when theirs comes in about a week or so, they can give that month back so they can start from that day. So we look forward to hearing your good news story, getting results, and the people around you. And even if you don't think it's for you, there's going to be someone in your world that this could change their life. So why don't you share it with them and see what happens when it comes to their life and their health.
Thanks for being on.
Thanks, everyone.